Welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. I'm your host, Carolyn Orff, and you guys, it is another fantastic Wednesday. I'm so excited to be with you all. It is National Pizza Day. It is our prelude to Valentine's Day. You can see it in the shirt. We are also continuing our celebration of American Heart Month and Black History Month today on the show. We are so busy. But before we get to our first guests, I just want to give you a few housekeeping things as you plan your next couple of weeks and tuning in on Wednesdays. So, we will not have a show on February 23rd. Myself and the rest of the education team and the production team are going to be in Brunswick, Ohio at our home office hosting our first Boot Camp 1.0 for KHM agents in 2 years. So we're super excited about that. But I want to make sure that you all have on your calendars, March 2nd, we will be back. It is our huge award show for KHM Travel Group. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm busting out the sparkles, and we are just going to have a great time celebrating all the wonderful agents that are part of KHM. So please make sure that you tune in. Even if you're not part of KHM, please make sure you join. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the hardest part is figuring out what to wear, but I think it's going to be sparkly. All right, you guys, we would normally start off today with a team talk to talk about the latest headlines, but these three are making headlines today while they are live from the Carnival Mardi Gras. Please welcome the group team comprised of Marie, Joanne, and Kevin. They have been hosting the 2022 Super Cruise on board the Carnival Mardi Gras, and I've been watching the posts this week, and I'm beyond jealous. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Have you just had the best time? Tell us what you've been doing.
Dodging raindrops today.
So we get Joanne's negative out of the way right off the bat.
We've been living Marrakesh.
Yeah, so it's been an entire week of winning, Carolyn, and we're on this new Mardi Gras. It's unbelievable. People just absolutely love it. They're having a great time. And then we have all of our gaming that goes on. And this year, because the Super Bowl got moved, we had to use the Pro Bowl, but that exhibition game, or whatever you want to call it, had a lot of scoring in it, created a lot more winners than we usually have. So we've passed around the group $100,000 in prizes. So it's been it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's crazy. And how many are on board?
Close to 500.
Wow.
Yeah, 500 with the group, right. We're about half the size that we usually go with. We were booked up at 800 at one point, but with all the bad news coming out of the CDC, they kind of took a chunk of people. But they'll be back next year, because when they find out from their friends how nice this ship is, they'll be back. Yeah.
Well, how nice the ship is and how much money you gave away. I mean, who wouldn't be signing up?
Yeah, makes for a lot of fun. Yeah, we do the football contest, then we also do our own daily drawing. So it's $5 a ticket within the group, winner take all. Those have been about $2,600 each day. So we'll be giving away another one of those tonight. We did 100 square boards. People that are into football will understand what I'm talking about. We did 22 of those. So it's just been crazy fun, crazy gaming, and it's just all
And LCR
friends.
yesterday.
And LCR game with 50 players.
And the gal that won, she didn't even know what she was doing. That's the fun part about this. You come up and you don't have to know anything about football, anything about wagering, nothing. And they're buying things and saying, well, how does this work? And we're like, well, when you win, we'll tell you. And then they show up with it. Okay, I'm here to claim my prize. What did I win?
Yeah.
It's such a joy to give people money.
Yeah, it's fun. And yeah, you don't have to be a football prognosticator. Is that the right word for it? Yeah, you don't have to be one of those. You don't have to be you just have to want to come and have fun. And that's kind of the group we have. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, where are you today?
Today we are in Roatan, Honduras, and we're actually sitting inside Cucina del Capitano because we knew it was National Pizza Day, so we wanted to be in the Italian flair with our pizza.
I love it.
That's real.
We'll be eating it.
Good. What have you had that's just rocked your world on the ship, food-wise?
Shebang was really good. I really liked
Shebang's
Shebang.
nice.
Well, right here at
Yeah.
Katina. I had
Yeah.
the chicken parmesan here. It's the best. So when it's National Chicken Parmesan Day, I will be on location for that. You know, I love their chocolate chip cookies for Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. I can be on location. I love their pizza. A lot of my favorites are found right here on this ship. So I can be here when you need me.
I love it. Well, I know you made the announcement last night to your crew that's on board for what the plan is for next year for the Super Cruise. Can you share with us where and when the
Go
Super
ahead.
Cruise is next year?
Ta-da! It's a celebration. Really, it's a celebration.
Carnival
Carnival celebration.
Yeah, the twin sister
Really?
to this
Okay.
ship will be launched and be on it.
That's amazing. And what are the dates? Because I honestly, I had no idea this Sunday was the Super Bowl until last week. I had it in my mind that it was this week.
It's the 12th of February next year.
It is. Okay.
So it's back with.
Yes,
So-
back on the normal week.
So in about a week's time, give us like a week or two after we get home, we'll have the websites ready for the KHM agents, because all the KHM agents can sell into this. It's a pre-formed group, promotion and everything that they can get involved with. So that's one of the great things of being part of KHM. If you're a KHM agent, you can sell into this group and you can be part of it. So.
And it's going to be a really, we're going to hit the ship running because we are departing on Super Sunday from Miami.
Oh my gosh. So craziness. Get on that
Yeah.
ship and the fun starts then. Oh, so
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to start looking at my calendar. Wonderful. Yeah, right. we're coming live that week. You guys, thank you so much for taking time. I know that this looks like a vacation for many people, but I know that you are working your tails off. So we appreciate you taking the time and have fun. Go eat some pizza and give away some more money.
Oh, I'm working my butt off here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we have a party in 2 hours. More money.
We'll see you back on the show soon because I know we have a couple segments set up with you guys for the future. So thank you so much. Safe travels to you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
for
Carolyn.
having us.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Everyone.
Oh my goodness. You guys, does that not look like the most fun? And I forgot to switch the slides. See, this is what happens when all these fun people come on. I forget to actually do my job. All right, you guys, last week, this gentleman came on and shared with us a personal letter that has inspired me the last week when I'm thinking about working out and my heart. Please welcome back David Pritchard, who is the Health and Wellness Director for Apple Leisure Group. Hi, David.
Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for having me again. And I'll tell you, one of my tips today was about managing stress. And I'll tell you, all you need to do is get on that ship with that crew. And I think you'll be fine. I think you'll really be fine.
Doesn't that look like so much fun? And I love the fact that they were showing pizza because they were splitting that pizza between the three of them. And that is what we call enjoyment in moderation.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in 80-20, where 80% of the time you're doing right, 20%, whatever, have fun, enjoy it. And I'm a big fan of pizza, just so you know. I love pizza, and the fact that I did not know it was Pizza Day today, National Pizza Day. So I'm going to take full advantage of it and make sure I get mine in. And so, no, that's great. So thank you for having me. It's a very important topic to talk about, and I think for all of our agents everywhere, your heart health is probably something, especially, as busy as everyone is nowadays, it might not be as a priority as it should be. So I'm glad that we're here to talk about it.
Well, you inspired me last week with the letter that you read, that you wrote in the voice of your mom. And it was the phrase that stuck out to me most was, be present in the moment, take time for yourself. And I have to tell you, between that and some of the postings that I've seen from agents that have just been really positive about taking that time to be with their families, making sure that while we all love our job, we have to remember that we need to do some things for us as well. So I kind of, those two things have really helped me stay in balance the last week. I try and stay in balance more than just the last week, but last week was really just kind of an eye opener for me. So thank you for sharing that letter.
Oh, that's great. My pleasure. I know that she, the legacy of her life was all about helping other people. So I know that she'd be she would really want me to be talking at the top of the mountain, yelling and screaming, because especially, you know, mothers and women, and I'm not saying any of the guys, but my experience has been, especially, you know, moms and women are notorious for not putting themselves first, and they're really good at being present, and underneath all that is just this world of chaos, and this and it gets to be very overwhelming, and it might not be this year or even next, but eventually it will catch up to you.
Absolutely. So what sort of tips do you have for us today?
Well, what I love about being on here every week is I get to kind of unpack this in a way. So I sort of set the table, especially around heart health. And around heart health, it's, you know, there's so much incredible, great information out there. And the one thing that I feel like, number one, kind of gets pushed on the sidelines is just how important it is to have awareness. And what I mean by awareness, and just overall awareness and just your health, but especially around heart health, is just really knowing, how am I feeling? Am I feeling any different? Are things in my body changing? Am I feeling pain in my arms that weren't there before? You know, those are things that we can't just ignore. Now, sometimes it just could be soreness, I slept wrong, maybe I worked out too hard, and granted, it goes away. But what I'm really trying to say is being aware of things that don't go away, and understanding how important it is to know your numbers. Knowing your numbers means you're going every year to get a physical. Don't cancel those. Don't put those off. Those annual checkups are a time for you and your doctor to have that conversation. As scary as it might be, you can't just put your hands over your eyes and think everything's going to be okay. So know your blood pressure, know your fasting blood sugar, you know all of those things, your cholesterol levels. You know, it might come out, you know, bad, but you have a place to start now. And knowing is everything when it comes to surviving, you know, heart disease or a heart attack, is knowing that you've got to start making lifestyle changes. So know your numbers is really important. The other thing there about having awareness is know your family history. So many of us don't know how our grandparents maybe passed away, or even our great-grandparents passed away. Those are important things to know. I know my family has really bad heart health. I know that we weren't born with a really good heart gene. So knowing that, I can do everything I can to start making a difference for better, heart healthier lifestyles. So many of us don't realize that a lot of those things, unfortunately, are genetically passed down to us. Some of it isn't, but a lot of it is. So you can then take the power back and say, okay, I know my great-grandmother died of heart disease, my grandfather had it, so then you can start maybe breaking the chain.
Do you, you know, we don't want to touch the beast of healthcare these days, and whether it's adequate or inadequate, but I want to talk about advocating, needing to advocate for yourself. And I think having this knowledge and this history, it makes you, I feel like you have to push harder these days to, not necessarily because we're thinking of things and we're making things up in our brain, or maybe, you know, thinking that something's going to go wrong, but I feel like you almost have to push those doctors when you're saying something's not right.
So important. I'm so happy you brought that up, because one of my best friends is a doctor, and he is a very unique doctor where his appointments last probably 30 minutes per patient. And he told me a long time ago when my mom was sick and he was helping us, he's like, you have to advocate. They work for you. So many times we feel like when we're going in to see the doctor that we don't want to bother them too much with too many questions, or you feel like they're up here and you're down here because of their knowledge base. And he had said, you have to demand good service. He goes, if you're waiting in the waiting room for more than 15 minutes, say something. Go into your appointment with questions, and every question needs to be answered. Now, and especially if, like with my mom, my sister or myself would go with her and we'd have a book of questions to ask. So sometimes you forget things. So it's important to write them down and go in there with a journal of, hey, 37 days ago, I was lightheaded and almost fainted. You're going to forget that probably by the time your appointment comes, if it's too far along. So yes, advocate for your health. Be that, because if you don't, no one else will. And unfortunately now, the door is half open. They're reading the chart of the other patient after you as they're in
Right,
your
right.
appointment. And unless you say something, then it'll just continuously happen.
Yeah. I have to tell you that when I hit my 9th month of pregnancy, I was so over it that I just showed up to the doctor's office, but didn't really listen to what they were saying. And
Right.
so my husband had to take notes because I
Yeah.
was so oblivious at that point. I don't know what's going on. I just know that I have to come here. And so, and this is
And that's good
proven
that
over
you brought
time.
him and you knew that. I think that's important. I mean, so many times, especially if we're not feeling well or say we're sick, it can be scary and a little overwhelming, and you might not have all your head together. And so having somebody there with you is really good.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate this so much. I know you're going to be back next week, but I just, the takeaways today are don't skip those physicals and know those numbers. It's better to know them than to be shocked by what happens, right?
100%, 100%. And then just to tee up, just to let you know, we're going to talk about some really great nuggets around eating and movement and even sleep, and even how important it is for oral hygiene, visiting your dentist. You would not connect that to heart health, but it really does. So I can't wait. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Guys, it's so important. And I don't know about you, but I find why are we on hold? Why are we on hold here? Can you guys all hear me? I don't know what happened. Okay, you guys all there? Woo, something happened there just a second ago. Shoot a question or yeah, here we go. Someone's gonna tell me we're good. Okay, thanks, Sam. All right, you guys, sorry about that, technical difficulties. All right, our next guest, no one screams romance quite like this lady. Please welcome Marsha-Ann Brown, Director of Romance for Sandals and Beaches Resorts, live from Jamaica. Hello.
Hi there. I bring you warm island greetings from Jamaica. You're spot on to
How
you and
are
everyone. Fantastic. Thanks so much for asking, Caroline.
Oh, well, we're so excited to have you. And, no one screams romance and Valentine's Day quite like Sandals. So we're so excited that you're here. We know that Sandals has been celebrating 40 years. That's a lot of love.
Yes.
What do you think the next 40 years is going to look like?
Oh, that's a great question. So obviously with us, it's all about evolving. Love will always remain constant. Let's just get that first. And I think to David's point, our heart health is even going to be richer and better when love is mixed in that main ingredient. But above and beyond that, we're ever evolving. So more romance. We're talking about loveness suites that will allow people to just be huddled together. More options, a variety. The Caribbean certainly is a big part of everything that we do, and the best beaches. But we are always redefining our product. So there is no question about what will be ahead for us. Newer, greater, exciting. It will always have adventure, and will always be in destinations that don't just speak to the beauty of the resort, but the exploration that comes with traveling. And explorations include ensuring that there are different tours and attractions that folks can get a chance to enjoy. That's a big part of what we believe in, that the destination is such an experiential part of what we do and what we believe in, and pumping back into supporting the local economies and the local attractions. So with us, ever evolving, ever trailblazing, keeping love at the center of everything that we do.
So I know we've got some new resorts that are opening, and one that has been, kind of, is the term redefined? Is that the term we want to use for Royal Bahamian?
Oh, reimagined.
Reimagined. Okay. So being the romance director, what part do you play when something's being reimagined? Are you in meetings that talk about how we can just, drape romance from top to bottom? Do they ask you your opinion?
Romance, I truly believe, is a full part of the tapestry of what makes us up, right? And my opinion is a part of those other folks that come together, because you see, romance for us becomes so granular, whether it is the design of a space. So for those of us who know this, you think of the impact that we have made with our overwater suites within that heart-shaped setting. Now, really, how often will you find that? So romance for us could include even the thread count.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, for our sheets. And that goes through, so in the private settings, like the rooms, to the external parts of it. And then for me, it's romance, which is associated with weddings as well. So what do those settings look like? Can someone get married with a gazebo that actually has a heart-shaped garden that is nearby to that? Or is it that when they're through getting married, they're enjoying their honeymoon dinner and they're seeing a fire pit that's nestled to feel the fire and the romance coming out? So honestly, it's such an integration of romance in everything that we focus on and everything that we do. And I truly believe that that's why we will constantly say love is all you need. Because at the end of the day, we have seen, especially the last 2 years, that love has had to stand the test of times, right? And we are a big part of that. And we have proven that folks really want to be able to be in settings that they can enjoy as adults, whether it is strolling along a beach. So we've got view, every resort is nestled on a stunning beach, whether you're going to enjoy sunrise or twilight and everything in between. So romance for us is taking advantage of the natural settings. Are we facing the mountains? How are we enjoying the flora and the fauna? Are there hammocks made for two, love baskets that are hanging? Every opportunity where romance can be integrated, yes, that's what we focus on.
Have you ever turned around and looked at a plan and been like, yeah, that's not enough romance, guys, not enough romance?
You know, I think we turn around and instead say, oh my God, this reeks romance, and that means we've gotten what we've wanted.
Oh my goodness. So talk about a little bit about, because Curacao is opening in April. Royal Bahamian just opened, reimagined.
Yes.
What can advisors, our guests, expect when they show up at these two properties? Let's start with Curacao.
Oh my goodness. No, it's the first time that we're actually in the Dutch-speaking Caribbean. So that alone is exciting. And what I believe you will definitely, without question, be blown away by, other than the physical plant, the thoughts and considerations. I'm telling you, I'm picturing myself there, having recently gone about 6 weeks ago, perhaps, when you walk out and you see this most magnificent pool that definitely reeks everything love and romance, because not just its size, but its positioning, its design, the positioning of the heart, but the variety of options that one will be able to experience, the setting that it's on, where you're actually getting a chance to enjoy the vista, whether it is from a restaurant that can see the golf course, or it is facing the waters, that truly gives you the feeling that you have entered a space where love and luxury coexist, without question. And so it's either the suites that have been chosen by those of you who are going to be recommending it, or your clients who will experience that. It's like nothing we have done before to that level, and especially for a new destination. Be prepared to be blown away. Hands down.
I think it's so interesting. I was working on a presentation just the other day and about all-inclusive properties. And one of the question was, where are these located? And years ago, you would say Mexico, Jamaica, DR, and a little bit here and a little bit there. And I feel like in the last year, we've at least seen openings or plans on all these islands that didn't have them before. Do you feel like you guys are trailblazers in that whole
Oh,
the
hands
whole
down.
scheme of things.
I mean, I say that without any modesty on behalf of all of us. No, really, when you think about it, the genesis of Sandals started with our flagship resort, Sandoz Montego Bay, hence why we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. It started with Sandoz Montego Bay, but when you think about it, if you think about it within the all-inclusive space, and the space that we occupy above and beyond all-inclusive, you know, with it being National Pizza Day, I had a good chuckle because out of 202 dining options across the group, now, where else could you find a brand that has that many, right? And of that, there's 16 that are independent, dedicated pizzerias across the group as well. So I would safely say to you, when you can look at a myriad of options, you would not be able to find another brand that could say they offer what we offer within this niche. And that includes Jamaica. And then you think, oh, well, if I don't want Jamaica, where else could you consider? Go to the Eastern Caribbean. Do you want St. Lucia? Do you want Antigua? Do you want Grenada? Do you want Barbados, Northern Caribbean? Do you want the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, if it were beaches? And to think we're going to also be in Curacao, you know? So I truly, did I say Barbados? But our options are so wide. Okay. So it's so important to be able to say that client, that travel advisor has the opportunity to really have that client who desires to hop. We have one of the highest repeat guest ratio that could possibly be spoken of, because you know, if someone has enjoyed an experience and they want to be able to do that again. So enjoy the love and the romance, because love and romance for us, it could be a wedding, it could be an anniversary, it could be a renewal of vow, it could be an engagement, it could be, list the options, and that's what we're offering.
Yeah. So we've talked about heart health. We've talked about pizza. The last one that we're celebrating today is Black History Month. And I know that Butch Stewart was a proponent of promoting and encouraging and supporting cultural differences. What is Sandals currently doing as far as initiatives go?
You know, we take very, very good pride in that. And I believe a very, very big part of it is being mindful first that we are one of the largest private employers in the entire Caribbean. But what does that mean to us? It means that we then become the employer of choice throughout the entire region, because we have the widest net of employment opportunities, especially within this sector. And the ripple effect of what I refer to as the multiplier effect of where that reach is, because a direct employment as well as the ripple of the other employment. But one of the strongest areas for us is the development of the people. We have, unique to us, a Sandoz Corporate University. And that Sandoz Corporate University is taking the whole concept of equity inclusions for workers at all levels to ensure they don't just get experiential learning, but there is the opportunity for the educational part. So it's theory, it's practical, it's degrees that are also extended to folks to be able to lift and raise the bar of those within our respective regions, and the diversification that goes along with that as well. So it's about the education and it's about the training. And then we have mandatory learning hours that everyone has to experience as well. So as a people and as an entity, we're all about the education and the development within the region. And, you know, when we think about it, when you do that and you impact a life like that, then beyond that, you impact a household, which impacts a community, which impacts a country, and by extension, the rest of the world as well. So, yeah, it really is very significant. And we do over 20,000 offerings, whether it is virtual or in person, courses that are made available. So, Yeah.
One of the most unique things about, I think, your company is when you go to a training, especially here in the US, you'll meet someone and they'll start their story with, I started at a resort as a bartender, entertainment staff, restaurant food, all over. And then now they are a business development manager. They are in charge of training. They're a vice president. And it's really neat to see something that started from here grow in responsibility, grow in respect. It's really a neat process to watch.
I believe it's neat, and I also believe that those of us who have been in hospitality long enough, you would know that longevity with one company is very unusual. I mean, a lot of folks have the revolving doors, but one thing has remained constant with us is the loyalty and the commitment. So you have great tenure. So travel advisors would say, hold on a second, I know that general manager and I've been working with him for the last 15 or 20 years, and so that builds the relationship, it builds the network, and it builds the assurance that that we're a brand that is trusted, a brand that is secure, a brand that stands the test of time. Let's just look at the last 2 years that, all doors are opened and are ready to take care of our advisors as well as our mutual clients at this time.
Awesome. Marsha-Ann, it is always a pleasure to have you, especially on Valentine's Day as we celebrate romance. Thank you for taking the time, and go enjoy that beautiful weather you're having.
I absolutely will. Much blessings to everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye. You guys, we have been missing our next guest for weeks on end. It might even be months. I don't think he's been back here in the new year. Matt Walgren is here to give us his top picks for romantic destinations in our prelude to Valentine's Day. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Carolyn. How you been? It's been so long.
Around the world 10 times.
Yeah, since last time. Yeah, perhaps. I've been on, I don't know, 4 cruises and I don't know what. So it's been great.
But you're home today, so we're glad to see you.
Home today, yes.
You are here to share with us some of your top picks for romantic destinations as we begin our celebration of Valentine's Day.
That's right. Yeah. So everybody, you think romance, a lot of people pigeonhole what that could be when you're traveling, but every traveler is different. So I wanted to pick, an eclectic mix of options that you might recommend to your clients if they want to travel for romance or perhaps next year on Valentine's Day. So the first one is more for a little bit of your adventurous couple. It's a luxury stay in Marrakesh, Morocco. This is a little bit more adventurous. You can consider staying in a luxury hotel such as the Oberoi or Palais Royal. And I think we'll put that in the comment section for you so you can see how to spell those and look those up for yourself. If you have super adventurous clients, they do have some really cool glamping experiences right outside of Marrakesh in a place called Agafay. So you might consider that. It's really cool. I've never done it myself. I have clients who have done it, and it is on my bucket list. Another thing that you can do while you're there is, walk through the ancient markets, pick out gifts for each other, take a camel ride through the Sahara. So it's very different, very interesting, perhaps something for like a 25th wedding anniversary or longer.
Okay. I love in my notes here, so for the super adventurous.
That's right. Yeah, for the super adventurous.
And not just in destination, but length of time, perhaps food. All of that is really interesting and a little outside the box for a lot of people.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So now this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, the next one is a Greek island hopper cruise. So there's several cruise lines that do it. You can look at NCL, you can look at Celebrity, pick your favorite cruise line or the one that matches the style for your clients. The good thing about this is kind of, I would call it my Goldilocks option. So I'm gonna give you 3. This is the Goldilocks option because it's exploring. You can stop in Mykonos for shopping. That's also the party island. So you might have a little fun there and get some drinks before boarding back on the ship. Of course, Santorini, that's more for romance. And then you have Rhodes. which has this sort of rich history. That's where the Colossus of Rhodes used to stand. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Of course, it's not there anymore, but there's still lots of ancient history there. There's a really cool medieval old town to explore. And then, you know, you're island hopping, right? So there's going to be different beaches and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mix of adventure, exploration, history, romance.
But I also love the idea that you travel at night, so you're not spending time in airports, right? You're getting to see a lot in a short amount of time, and have that comfort of your stuff is here, but you get to go and do all these things.
Right, and you're going to have some sea days, so it can be relaxing, and it's just an easy way to travel, right? Because like you said, you're not picking up and repacking and moving hotels. It's just an easy way to travel. So that's why it's kind of my Goldilocks option. And if you're lucky, it's Valentine's Day, and if you're traveling there on Valentine's Day, maybe you'll meet Cupid, or you know, Cupid's the romance or Roman version, but the original version in Greek mythology is Eros. So maybe you'll bump into him there. Whether you're traveling for romance or looking to find romance.
Perfect. Okay, now we just talked about this. Curacao.
Curacao. So this is the client who wants, you know, deep relaxation. They want to relax by the beach, sip on cocktails, get a massage, maybe go to the spa, and just really decompress and get out of the day-to-day of work and busy life and all that stuff back home. It's got beautiful beaches. Of course, it's very relaxing. It's one of the most romantic islands in the Caribbean. And you can consider properties such as Sandals Royal Curacao, which is a beautiful property, and they take really good care of your couples. Another property that's really interesting, and I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's Bice Luxury Resorts, or at least that's how the Australian guy said it when I listened to the video. But I think we'll put that, how to spell that, in the comments for you. And that's a really out of the box, different, interesting resort that your clients might like.
Matt, when you were researching that, did you happen to check, like, how do you get to Curacao? Like, is it into Miami? Like, from you guys, I mean, you're in the Dallas area. Is it easy to get to?
You know, I didn't even look into how to get there. I was just thinking, once you're there, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah. I'm
honestly, I'm not sure where you fly into. There's got to be, I'm guessing out of Florida would be the bet. You probably have to connect in Florida, perhaps Atlanta, and they probably have some little airport there that you get to.
It seems like it's kind of going to be the new hot ticket, is with some of these resorts popping up. And so I'm just curious, you know, how challenging it is to get there. You know, from Colorado, anywhere in the Caribbean is a challenge. It's usually an overnight flight. It's it's a red eye, or it's super early in the morning. It's not super fun. Once you're there, you're great. But I'm always curious, because this just seems to be the place that's up and coming. We're going to see a lot of people starting to request it. We're going to see a lot of bookings going there, a lot of agents going there. I know one of our agents, Anita Canada, loves it there. So I'm curious, how do I get there?
Yep, I just looked it up, and it's through Miami. So from Dallas, at least you have to stop in Miami in order to get there. That's the only option, unless you want to do something crazy and have 2 stops and stuff like that. But from Miami, they have nonstop flights to Curacao International Airport.
Okay, learn something new every day, you guys. See, this is why we do this show. Well, Matt, thank you. Do you have pizza on the mind today? Are you having pizza?
Am I having pizza? No, we're going to have, Jason's cooking Japanese food. We're going to have a couple friends over, and we're going to eat Japanese. Yeah.
Matt, what you're supposed to do is say yes, of course.
Yes, pizza.
National Pizza Day. Get on board, man. All right. Thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to see you again.
Don't forget the homework, Carolyn.
Yeah, what's the homework?
I got to get homework. So we just gave you 3 great ideas, right, on romance travel. Some of them are a little bit out of the box. So this week, send an email out to your clients with these recommendations, or maybe pick a couple other that you think would be relevant to your audience and inspire them to travel next Valentine's Day. And what I'd also do, you could put this on social media, put it on an e-blast to everybody, do a send out card campaign, right? And then what I would do is take like your top 10 clients who really love to travel and come back to you for travel, and just write them a personal message or call them to inspire them to do one of these vacations.
I love it. Thank you. And as always, Matt, you're so great with the homework. I can't believe I forgot that, especially since yesterday I told it that was like your signature thing, always giving homework. So
Homework.
thanks so much. Enjoy your Japanese food tonight on National Pizza Day.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, it has been a wonderful show. We just flew through today. I can't even believe it. We've had some amazing guests. Like we said, today's National Pizza Day. So for KHM at Home, you guys, I brought you, and I'm looking to see. I don't see our little home. Oh, there it is. So I went this weekend to a good friend of mine from elementary school, actually, owns a pizza place in town. And so I sent him a note asking if I could come over and learn how to make pizza. And so he said, sure. I was surprised by that. But he said, yeah, come. So we went over. I went over with my son Sunday morning and learned how to make pizza and kind of, work the dough and the whole 9 yards, put it in the big pizza oven. So we have a video for you. It's on YouTube because, we can't insert those into the system. But enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. I have this very intense stance as I'm trying to work the dough, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Have some great pizza tonight. Come back next week. We have some amazing guests that are going to talk about diversity and inclusion and making waves in the travel industry as a young Black professional. We also have Susanna Romero from Celebrity Cruise Line talking about the Galapagos. So lots of fun to be had. So we look forward to seeing you then. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Take care.